Rather than lads, welcome back to Kossi's Arsenal podcast. My name is Kossi. We have been humiliated, destroyed, humbled, whatever you want to call it. Arsenal 0, Crystal Palace 3 at the Selhurst Park. I think that game has highlighted what I was speaking about in January. We're going to be discussing much of this. Let me just correct my camera right there, right? Because there's a lot to unpack in this game. We crumbled under pressure. It was one of the most important games in Arsenal's road to top four, and somehow we just gave it away. It's gone 3-0. And have I seen a poor performance? Have I seen a dreadful performance? Have I seen a abysmal performance from Arsenal? I think ever since December when we played Everton, I've not seen us really that bad. Not against Manchester City, not against Liverpool, not against any other opponent. We were dreadful. We were absolutely dreadful. Oh my God. That first half, I don't want to see that again. We were absolutely off topic. And I think we will talk about the fact that this tougher pressure is piling up. Spurs hitting 5, and then we came into this game, wanting to prove and needing to prove, and then we also have to stay on track and play, the good football that we've been playing. It's been really, really hard, and that's why I think it is not on the players today. It is not on the manager. It is on the lack of experience that we lack experience in at such a time. We lack experience at in such positions. This is a young team that has been comfortably finishing 8th, and we've been doing a very, very great job by doing that. Now finishing 4th, there is a huge task there. And look. Of course, I might look for all the excuses, but the truth is, lads, we have been absolutely dreadful. We have been dreadful. I looked at that first half, and not one thing was going our way in that first half. We dropped the ball all the time. We gave away the ball all the time. Our pressing was not working. Our pressures were not working. Nothing absolutely worked for Arsenal, in the first half. In the second half, I thought we were a little bit better. We'll get to that, and we'll look at the statistics from SofaScore. I thought we were a little bit better in the second half, but that first half, lads, dreadful, absolutely dreadful. Every player in there, I think it's a match to forget. We need to focus on the next one. That is Brighton, but that there, lads, they checked upon us. They did check us, and that highlights the option. The fact that in January we needed options. Honestly, if you had a Kulusevski on the bench, maybe you could change this game. If you had a Bentancur in this game, on the bench, if you had because others are players we are linked with. If we had Arthur Melo probably on the bench, because there was a time when it was not working for Partey. Actually, it didn't work out for Partey throughout the minutes he played for in the game. It didn't work out. It didn't work out for Xhaka. It didn't work out for nobody else. And it was a game where you needed options. It was a game where you needed numbers. And I said it in January that we might have a good team. We might have a good structure, but then you need those numbers. Just look at how Nuno Tavares has been absolutely destroyed today. Absolutely destroyed. But it's not been Tavares alone. All the balls that actually went through to Tavares' side have been through Emil Smith Rowe, have been through Martin Odegaard, and have been dropped by Thomas Partey in the midfield. Right. So that shows you that collectively it must be collective criticism, and the point of this video is collective constructive criticism. So I'm not going to really blame any individual players, but the players as a whole. They need to know that if you're gonna finish in top 4 above a team like Spurs that have got the experience, with the squad they have the experience with the manager, and I think they're a little bit better in terms of how they are playing, as a whole. you've got to meet these challenges. So it's a challenge that we've actually absolutely failed at. Patrick Vieira has demolished us. Absolutely. Wow. I didn't expect that. I didn't see that coming. But if you look at how we lined up, Ramsdale was in goal, Cedric Suarez, Ben White, Gabriel Magalhaes, and Nuno Tavares on the left. Partey, Xhaka in the midfield, Saka, Odegaard, Smith Rowe, and Alexander Lacazette. Look, the lineup is the same, and that is and that is where that is where Arsenal do not have an excuse. The lineup is the same. Yes, Tierney picked up an injury, and it really affected us, especially the way we play, because we predominantly play in that kind of back three. But in my opinion, and that's why I'm going to tell you why I don't want to blame Nuno Tavares, despite the fact that I'm going to give him very, very harsh comments in this video. But the reason that's why I don't want to blame him, Kieran Tierney plays as part of the midfield and our press. And when we are in possession, Tierney is part of the midfield or part of part of the forwards. So we are literally playing a back three with Cedric, White, and Gabriel, or Xhaka, White, and Gabriel. That is how we play while we are in possession. Today, Tavares has been exposed, and I think even if it were Kieran Tierney, he would have gotten exposed there, because he has been exposed not because he was too poor. He's been exposed because Partey kept on giving away the ball all the time, and Martin Odegaard, they kept on giving away the ball all the time, and he's playing high up the pitch. He's playing high up the pitch. That is where he has to play. Because that is what Mikel has tried to do. One fullback plays high, and then the other plays narrow and deep. And if you look at Cedric Suarez and his player rating on SofaScore 6.6, that shows you that it's been okay. It's not been good because the whole defense has been shambles, but he's been okay, right? But the reasons why Tavares has been worse and poor is because he was playing high. And look, when we are in possession, he goes high up the pitch. There must be that kind of security that Partey and Odegaard and Xhaka are gonna keep the ball until it reaches Nuno Tavares in the adverse positions. Today, it's been not there. It's been shit, absolute shit. Arsenal giving away. How many times has Partey given away the ball? How many times has Odegaard given away the ball? Wrong passes. So Tavares, I think there is a reason to bail him out today, right? So Crystal Palace on the other side. This is how they started out. Hope I can get the lineup, right? Yeah, there you go. They started with Guita, Klein, Anderson. Absolutely magnificent for them today. Joachim Anderson, 2 assists in the first half. You remember that he flicked it. He flicked the ball on for Mateta for the first goal, and then he also, that was a good pass. That was really expensive from Joachim Anderson. The pass to Andre Ayew, and I think Gabriel, he needs to stop doing that. It's a miscalculation. So 2 assists for Joachim Anderson. Absolutely magnificent for them. Gehi, the captain, the young captain, as well. Very, very magnificent for them today. As well. Then they, of course, on the left hand side of the pitch, for them was Tarek Mitchell, Gallagher, Kouyaté, Schkap. In that 4-3-3 up front, they did have Mateta, Zaha, and Andre and is it Jordan Ayew? Not Andre Ayew. I think it's Jordan Ayew, right? So, look, I think if you still compare the two teams in terms of quality, Arsenal, are good. We are good. I mean, look, I can still make the claim that we are better than them. We are. But today, it was all about the tactics. It was all about hard work. It was all about focus. Those are 3 things that Crystal Palace had in this game that Arsenal didn't have. And we're going to look at that, and we will try to look at each and every aspect of this game. If you look at the momentum bar, oh my God, right? So just a moment. let's look at the momentum bar, right? Let's look at the momentum bar, and you're gonna see what I'm talking about. If you look at the momentum bar in this game, it shows that we offered nothing. We absolutely offered nothing in this scam, right? Is my momentum bar. Here we are. Right. So above me here, lads, above me here is the momentum bar, and you can look at Crystal Palace up, Arsenal down. Arsenal are the blue here, and Crystal Palace are the green. But look at that momentum bar, because this is the halfway line. So look at that momentum bar at halftime. Look at that momentum bar at halftime. Arsenal offered nothing, absolutely nothing in that first half. Nothing. Nothing defensive wise, nothing offensive wise, no game management. There was nothing. We were out of shape. And the fact, look, the fact is that despite the fact that I'm furious, I know the reason as to why we've been humiliated by Crystal Palace. They worked harder than we did. Absolutely. There is no question there. They worked harder than Arsenal did. If we look at the statistics here, let me just get myself out of the way. If we look at the statistics in the first half, just in the first half, because this is the whole, but we lost this game in the first half, right? We lost this game in the first half. This is the first half. 43 ball possession for Crystal Palace, 57 ball possession for Arsenal. And everyone is going to say, oh, look, so we offered something. Okay. 4 shots on target, 4 shots general for Palace, 3 for Arsenal. They had 3 shots on target, and we had 1 shot on target. And I think that was our shot on target in the first half. Do I even remember it? Right? Do I even remember it? Look, I think the only chance I remember, the only good chance we had in that first half was Alexander Lacazette's header that went wild. That is the only chance I remember. I don't remember anything else in terms of us creating chances. But look, how many aspects were we better than Crystal Palace in the first half? How many aspects? We had 1 corner, they had none. We had 1 block shot, they had none. And passes, we had more passes than them. We had look, I don't know how they say we had more accurate passes, because I felt like our accurate passes were absolutely very, very minimal. Okay. Crosses, we had more crosses than them. And then we lost. Look at this. This is where I want. This is my point. We lost possession. Here it is, lads. We lost possession 83 times. Arsenal lost possession 83 times in that game. Only in the first half, right? Only in the first half, we lost possession 83 times. Those passes, those blind passes, there is no way you're going to survive. There is no way you're surviving with such blunders. And we were never going to survive. So we gave away the ball 83 times, as compared to Villa's as compared to Crystal Palace's 78, right? And that also shows you that despite the fact that they beat us, they were not miles ahead of us. They only worked harder. They closed the spaces. They played man to man. They literally did everything to an extent that we conceded from a set piece. From a set piece. Arsenal has not been. I think we've not conceded from a corner this season, and when it comes to dead ball situations, we've been absolutely doing very well. Absolutely doing very well. But this time was different. We actually considered from a dead ball situation. So if we look at the second half, we were better. We were absolutely better. And the second half is my point. Again, here, lads, in the second half, we were the better side with 81 ball possession, 81 ball possession, 9 shots on goal, only 2 on target. I think that was Emile Smith-Rowe who I think should have done better in that regard, as well as Martin Odegaard. Those two chances, we should have done better. But that is not what I'm talking about, and that is not what I'm interested in. What I'm interested in here is listen. Even when we were better in the second half, we gave away the ball 62 times. Again, more than Aston Villa. There was no way we could beat Villa because we were giving them the ball. There was no way we could beat Villa. Absolutely no way, right? Absolutely no way. There's no way we're going to beat Villa. But this is how the table looks like now. And more pressure now on Arsenal. We've dropped out of the top four for the first time in a couple of weeks. We are on the same number of points as Spurs with a game in hand. And that game in hand is Chelsea, I think, isn't it? That game in hand is Chelsea. Yeah. That game in hand is Chelsea. That game in hand is Chelsea. So we have to pick up a point against Chelsea, or there is nothing good for us. We definitely now have to pick up a point against Chelsea. So look, my honest opinion and thoughts about our loss, despite the fact that they performed a little bit better than us and things like that. I think our problem has been consistency, and not that we've been inconsistent. We've been so consistent that we are not used to losing. It's a good thing. It's a very, very good thing. And that spell now has been broken because in our last 3 games we have lost 2 and won 1. Right? And more away games are still coming for us, no? Because after Brighton and Hove at home, we will go away to Southampton and we will go away to Chelsea. So more away games are coming with the Tottenham fixture, being confirmed as well. It will be played on the 12th of May. That is also away from home. So we have hard fixtures and they're coming away from home. So we need to do whatever we are planning to do, we need to do it better and we need to do it very, very well. But this is my honest opinion about this game. 1, we crumbled under pressure. I do not think our players are that bad. I don't think our players are not good enough. I don't think our players are tired or anything. The truth is, we crumbled under pressure. It happens all the time. It happened to Liverpool. They were in the title race. I think they were under Brendan Rodgers. And again, it was Crystal Palace. Oh, Palace are good at destroying parties, aren't they? And they just crumbled. I think it was Steven Gerrard that just gave away the ball. So it happens that when you're in these situations, you will lose points when you're least expected and you least wanted. And the reason, and the reason for that is all the time, always, there is that kind of pressure that builds onto you. Now we've played 29 games this campaign. That means we are left with how many games are we left with? We are left with 9. Yeah, we are left with 9 games. So games are running out, and the pressure is on. Look, we might say United and West Ham are out of it, but they're, mathematically they're not out of it. Look, we have 54 points as well as Spurs, but below us is West Ham and United, who are only 4 points away. You know what that means? That means that if United beat us and we lose to Chelsea, right, and then we lose to Spurs, United finish above us. That is provided that United don't lose another game, right? United finish above us. Of course, that is not something that we want, and I'm not suggesting that they will finish above us. What I'm saying is that mathematically there is still a lot of pressure on Arsenal, and this is a young Arsenal side that is not. We are not used to this pressure. Saka, Odegaard, Martinelli, Lokonga, and Tavares and Ramsdale, they're not used to it. So I will give them an excuse for that. But I want to talk about 3 players in particular. 1 is Martin Odegaard, 2 is Partey, and 3 is Nuno Tavares. Those 3. Lacazette was shit today, absolutely shit. But I will leave Lacazette. I will leave Lacazette because for me, it's becoming more and more evident that we need to change options. We need to change we need to change arms in that role. I mean, do you know that we had that striker that Lacazette as a striker today offered nothing, and that is my problem with him. That if he doesn't offer that kind of false nine role where he is good at hold up play, because today Crystal Palace you couldn't there was no use for a hold up striker against Palace, right? So his role was absolutely insignificant. And Eddie Nketiah, you know how much I don't rate Nketiah. Nketiah comes on for a few minutes and he hits the woodwork. That is what you want from a striker. Lacazette lacks ambition. That is the truth. He's very, very good. He's been playing at a top level. 8 assists for him this season in the Premier League. I think his goal involvement is good in terms of helping others. But as a striker, these are games where we need you. These are games where you need a prolific player. These are games where you need a striker. These are games where you need your striker to do something. No, that is not Lacazette. That is absolutely not Lacazette. But I'm not talking. I don't want to talk about Lacazette today. Tavares. This lad is not a bad player, and let's agree, lads. Tavares Nuno is not a bad player. He's not. The truth is that he's young, he's raw, and he needs polishing. If you look at the goals we've conceded today, they've all both of them came from his defensive errors and area. Actually, they came from his not errors but area. I'm gonna ask one question. The first question: Why is Nuno Tavares battling it out with Joachim Anderson? Because Tavares is not a match to Joachim Anderson. I thought Ben White or Gabriel should be tussling it out and fighting with Joachim Anderson. Okay, that is gone. But as a defender, he's got to do better than that. He needs to do better than that. Because Joachim Anderson, I think Tavares goes down too easily. You've got to fight. You've got to put up a fight. This is a do or die, right? This is a do or die situation. There's a lot of pressure down in that West Ham United and Wolves zone. We don't want to be there. So I think for the first goal, Tavares doesn't do enough. He doesn't do enough because Joachim Anderson just uses him as a platform, as a plateau to get the ball. That is nonsense. You need to be stronger than that. Then the second goal, I'm not going to blame him very much. I think he's anticipating that Gabriel Magalhaes is going to deal with that ball because Gabriel goes all in and then he mistimes the ball. However, if you rewatch that goal, Tavares, if Tavares reacts well, because he's got the pace, and that is where my point is, right? He's got the pace. He's so wide to an extent that I ask myself, because there are two of them, Gabriel and Tavares, against RU, and he's so wide, and I don't understand why he's so wide. But if he uses his pace, he could have closed down on RU and maybe put up put a couple of put up some pressure. But all in all, I think Tavares was poor today because of Thomas Partey. Oh my God, Partey was dreadful. And that takes me to the next player, Thomas Partey. Look, when he trains, it powers for Arsenal. When he trains, it powers. Today, it rained and it. Partey, how many times did he give away the ball? Let me just look at his. Let me look at his. Let us look at his profile here, and because it was shit today, he was absolute shit. How many times did he lose the ball? He was dribbled past 2 times, and he lost possession 14 times. He lost possession 14 times. I think it speaks volumes as to why Nuno Tavares struggled. Because, like I said, Tavares plays high up the pitch. The moment, the exact moment, your midfield becomes, becomes porous, he's gonna suffer. And that's why you see Cedric didn't suffer a lot, despite the fact that he was playing against Wilfred Zaha. He didn't suffer a lot because he doesn't play high up the pitch. And then lastly is Martin Odegaard. Odegaard has been off form for the last 2 games. Even against Aston Villa, I don't know whether he's just tired, but he's another player who just gave away the ball as wrong passes, gave away the ball as many times as I can't imagine. Let's see, how many times did he lose position? 12 times. 12 times. It's been an absolute disaster. Absolute disaster. But lads, like I said, we are Arsenal, and we've got to we need to move on. We need to move on. Now we've got to focus on Brighton and Southampton. Those are winnable fixtures. Crystal Palace away, winnable. We've not won it, but the upcoming fixtures are winnable. Forget whatever has happened and let's move on. What are your thoughts there, lads, on this game? Do you think? I mean, did you at any point in time feel like Arsenal did well, or you lot are just like me feeling? Okay, let's start with Ezra. We said, I don't know why we should be talking about this. Lacazette, not a player but a dancer. Look. I think it's the hold-up play that Mikel Arteta wants him for and likes him for. So I don't think there is any other reason. Because as a forward, I don't think he is as strong as he should be. Will says, why are we surprised? Didn't we all see what Arteta did with the squad last transfer window? We have no squad depth and chasing top 4. Madness. It's a point. It's a huge point. I think options. We all were deluded, and we said, look, we didn't buy in January, but we are doing well. We're leading the top 4 and things. Of course, we are. But at some point in time, Partey is now injured. Partey has walked off injured. Tierney has a knee problem. Tomiyasu has just disappeared because of injury. Those are 3 key players in this team, and Ramsdale is just returning. Right, you need the squad, and Pepe is ill, so you need the squad depth. Maybe if we had signed Dejan Kulusevski, this is where it would have helped us. Maybe if we had signed Arthur Melo, this is the time where it would have helped us, right? And Will says Arteta destroyed our squad. We have no one on the bench plus Tierney and Partey now injured. I don't think he destroyed the squad. I rather think he's rebuilding the squad. But we lack the depth, right? Honestly, if you look at the players that we lost, the likes of Socrates, the likes of Ainsley, if you bring on Ainsley and Socrates in this game, nothing changes. Nothing. They change nothing. I think we just need quality. We just need more quality in the side. Aaron says we should forget top 4 because it was our hopes to win that game. I don't think so. I think Spurs will also crumble at some point in time. I think Spurs will also crumble. So it's still a tight race. Good evening. How are you doing? Anu, hope you're doing well. Massively appreciate the fact that you always tune in and share your opinion. Ashraf says Partey is not good at holding. The moment a good holding, uh, uh, the one good at holding is Xhaka. I'm wondering why Xhaka nowadays is pushed front. Has our opinion already changed about our players? I don't think it should. I don't think our opinion should be already changing around our players. We should stick to the same opinion around them. They are good, right? They are good, but it was a bad day, a bad day in office, wasn't it? And then Will says, any manager who can't see Tavares is a left wing back. At best, is no manager. Arteta is the one killing Tavares. Plus, our midfield cost us that game. Xhaka need to sit with Partey. Someone tell Mikel Arteta. Right. So Jack says, please, Kosi, just know that we are focusing on top four, not just holding a play like you're talking. We are focusing on top four, not just holding a play like you're talking, Laka. Listen, Lacazette today, Alexander Lacazette has been shit, right? But there are games where he's been good. I think today was useless, but there are games where he's been good. My point is, the whole team doesn't walk away with it. No one in the team actually walks away from walks away with it. No one. Doyne says, I'm very surprised to see Arsenal in this form because we lost the game from the first half. Even though all Mike Liverpool and Man City, we dominated first half. We dominated in the first half. All right. And then Malik says, Kosi, I am happy to link up with you today. As I always these days I missed you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Malik. I'm back. We are back. We are back. So, lads, I think my last remark on this game will be: we lost, but we just need to have our heads up. I mean, it's not going to do us any good to start mourning. We just need to hold our heads up. It's yes, we've been embarrassed. It's been a very, very abysmal performance, but what can we do? We have to focus on the next game. Today is the 5th of April. We are playing the next game in 4 days, in 4 days' time. And that shows you that we definitely need to focus on the next one. Jack says we still want a very serious striker who should not allow defenders to move. Okay, lads, have a very, very blessed night. I'll be signing out, but don't forget always to tune in tomorrow. I'll be joined by Glenn tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, we'll be having a live show with Glenn on a daily basis. So I'll be joined by my man Glenn there. So tune in tomorrow. We'll discuss more about our problems then. Anywhere you go,